Hi everybody, my name is Ben Rowsome. I am currently an off-book student in Trinity College, and today I'd like to take the opportunity just to discuss some of the issues that I have faced with being an off-book student in Trinity College. Because frankly, in the era of COVID, in the era of lockdown, there are a lot more students going off books and also a lot more students who are struggling with engaging with the academic material within Trinity College and also colleges across the country and across the globe as well. This is on account of mental health or anxiety or just the circumstances under which they're trying to go through college. And the first, I think, big problem I do want to mention with respect to both those things is the lack of access to academic material for off-book students. And again, this ties into everything, all your lectures on Blackboard, exam papers on the academic registry, Office 365 account. This includes Teams, any material that might be there, but also the TCD portal as well. And these all tie back to your student number, which when you go off books is declared expired. And this frankly is an issue for me personally, because the idea for me going off books was so that I could work through my academics in my own time at my own pace. This isn't really possible now because I have virtually no access to any of that college stuff. And frankly, that's the first and the biggest issue that needs to be targeted by the college and to try to be resolved. Second issue, frankly, is the general attitude that the college takes towards students being off books. When I say this, I frankly mean the way in which they phrase certain things, that kind of attitude, because I've been told by two separate bodies within the college that they cannot help me with there was a particular issue because the student number 19334828 has expired. And regardless of how true that is, there's another way of phrasing that. And I found that completely demoralizing, completely degrading, and it would certainly make me less inclined as a student to return to college. And it just so happens that I have close ties with the disability services, and that's why I've been able to navigate sort of around some of these issues. But frankly, it's a big problem. And it ties straight into my third problem, which is having no connections with the college, with the exception of the close ties that I have with the disability services. But for students off books, some of them are going to have no connection with the college. They have virtually no emails coming from anyone within the college or lecturers, and thus some people have no reason to actually be on campus. So if you haven't been on campus for 12 months, that's an extremely hard thing to try and navigate, and some won't. Some simply will not come back, and that's why it's an issue. It's not that, students have to force themselves to come onto the campus. It's that if they don't, well then, that could be an insurmountable task ahead come, say, September, the new academic year. And also then, purely because you have no connections with the college, that encompasses a lot of things, including mental health support. When you go off books, you are stripped of any mental health support, regardless of whether you engaged with, say, the student counselling services prior to going off books, or you didn't. And that can be a huge issue, because if you go off books on mental health grounds, that's extremely counterintuitive. And it's a problem that frankly gets progressively worse as you go off books. Certainly my mental health deteriorated over the course of a couple of months, and perhaps that can be tied down to the lack of mental health support that the college offers once a student goes off books, particularly on mental health grounds. And the final issue I will target, and frankly this is an issue a number of students who have gone off books have faced, is the lack of access to the library, and in some cases not being able to get onto the campus itself, which frankly is ridiculous because it ties back to the first point of, say, me just wanting to tinker away at academics in my own time, but frankly I can't because of not having access to academic material, maybe not being able to sit into the library, to name but a few issues. And these issues obviously all come with their own, say, sub-issues, which in turn all relate back to some of the legalities that the college have put in place, namely the accessible information policy, which would in particular tie back to some of the academic material stuff on the Office 365. stuff. And regardless of how well this does serve the college or not, it's something that needs to be targeted now rather than later. More students are off books now than ever, and it's important that we find the supports for those students over the course of, let's say, the 12 months that they're off books, because we need the students to come back. And when students don't come back, there's clearly something that we've missed that we need to be targeted. And these are just a few of the problems that that come with being an off-book student in college right now.